Well, I'm just adjusting to the heat because we're in Spain, very near Malaga, and it's quite hot. And it's a beautiful day, and we've been driving this fantastic car, and we've been sitting inside, and it's really cool. So it's a bit of a shock to get out and find out it's quite warm here. This is the rather impressive Kia EV4. This is the hatchback version, and I've just driven it here, maybe 60, 70 kilometers up really windy mountain roads, and it's just a joy to drive. So that is the Kia EV4, available later this year, and this is Everything Electric Cars.
Our 3 free YouTube channels on EVs and clean tech are funded by our fun-packed test drive-tastic events in Farnborough, London, the Southwest, the North, Melbourne and Sydney, and next up Everything Electric Farnborough. And new for UK viewers, you can now buy a battery EV and much more at everythingelectric.store. Now, back to the episode.
So we're inland from Marbella on the southern end of Spain. It's a pretty hot day, but the current temperature is 31 degrees centigrade, which is very nice coming from rainy UK. Now that beep there, just slightly annoying, I will say that. So if you go 1 kilometre an hour over the speed limit, it will beep at you, which is fine, but I bet you can adjust it and turn it off. So I'm still getting used to driving this car. But this is the Kia EV4. It's brand new. It's Kia's big boost into the C segment car, what I'd call a hatchback. It's low, it's a car, it's not an SUV, but it's really well built. It's really nice car to drive. It's thankfully very cool in here at the moment, and it's on the same platform as the Kia EV3, which is hugely popular, which I see loads of them in the UK. They're very popular cars. I do think the 2 amazing companies from South Korea, Hyundai and Kia, have kind of cracked the electric car. They just do them so well. I mean, right from quite a long time ago now, I had a Hyundai Kona. It just went way further than I would have expected a car of that size with a battery of that size. You know, it just was a really popular car. My wife and I both loved driving it. We drove it all over the place. We really put the miles on that car without any trouble. Very easy to charge it. All those things are really good. Well, this is kind of the next generation, the next step up, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it is very hard to be critical of it. That little bip then, that's my fault. I went too near the little white line at the edge of the road. So it's got very gentle, polite lane assist. It's got really good cruise control, adaptive cruise control. It's got all those things. A huge number of sensors, not just cameras, but it's also got a huge number of cameras. So it's incredibly well equipped, really, considering the price. I mean, it's not a cheap car, but it's not, the technology you get in electric cars these days is mind-boggling, frankly, for an old person that's used to stuff you had to wind up. So the first thing I noticed when I saw this car was this sloping bonnet, which, and Jack had mentioned to me he didn't like the look of the sloping bonnet, but as soon as I saw it, I went, I don't agree. I think it's really good. I'm rather sick of all the big lumpy SUV style massive fronts like American SUVs. You know, the huge high bonnet, just so ugly, so unaerodynamic, so stupid. And I kind of like this slightly sleeker thing. And I can tell you, from the point of view of driving it, you can really see where the front is. You're not seeing this great lump in front of you. I like that tapered off front there. And I quite like the colour scheme on this. It's very simple, but this one has a sunroof. But the black and grey, I think this is called shark grey or something, or whale grey, I don't know. They've got lots of clever colours that they call it. But this is Kia's first C-segment hatchback, what I would think of as a Golf, a VW Golf, the sort of classic hatchback. And that is the market that they're aiming at, which is the single most popular market of any car design and shape. And what is really nice about it, I think, is it's low. It's not a great big high SUV. It's got the seating is nice and low. How they've done the battery packaging and everything like that to allow that to happen is proper Kia cleverness. So it comes in 2 flavours. There's a standard range, which has a 58.3 kilowatt hour battery pack. and the long range version, which is what we've been driving today, which has an 81.4 kilowatt hour battery pack. And that, thanks to the streamlined shape and the aerodynamics of this vehicle, Kia are claiming 391, so just short of 400 miles, not kilometres, miles on this car. And so far, it's so hard to judge when you drive it for an hour what it would really do. We've climbed up an enormously high mountain, so that uses much more energy. But as we're coming back down now, the mileage indicator is just staying the same for mile after mile after mile. So they really do have their battery management system, their drivetrain management, the software that runs the car. It's peachy. It is setting a new bar for other manufacturers. I can think its main competitor, to be fair, is the Tesla Model Y, because that's a hatchback version. This is a big hatchback. And it's slightly cheaper, and it definitely goes further. I think that is fair to say, which is really good standard to set yourself. So I'm impressed with that. So the EV4 is built on a 400 volt architecture, which means it can charge very fast. If you plug it into a 350 kilowatt charger, of which there's more and more available, you're talking like 20 to 25 minutes. It's so pointless, these statistics, because there's very often the case where I've stopped, got a coffee, used the facilities, got back in the car, and I've added 150 kilometres. Well, that's enough. That'll get you past the next charger when you're doing a long drive. So it's all really relative. That whole charging time stuff is nonsense. If you drive it down so you're at exactly 10%, which is quite complicated to do, depends where the charger is, and you charge it to exactly 80%, that takes about 30 minutes. So charge port is here, which I'm getting used to. Charge door, I think I'm very obsessed with how good a charge door and the latch is. This is really, really good. You close it, gentle press. But what is interesting is this car is built with vehicle to load, which is more and more common. So you can run, small household items, or you can charge up your battery electric scooter or your bike or whatever from it. But also it can do vehicle to home, and also it is built to deal with vehicle to grid. So it's the communication technology, and everything is built into the car. So if you've got a vehicle to load or a vehicle to home charge box, you can plug this in and you can run your house off it. This is really the next step with electric cars, and thankfully Kia are ahead of the game on that, because not all car companies are doing that. The trunk slash boot, I'm doing that for everyone, very nice, very spacious. Considering how big the back seats are, there's a lot of room in there. It is about 431 litres, I think, like that. But it's got a nice extra bit of under there. I mean, something actually useful. So all the charging cables are in there, but they're shoved up that end. You could actually get another load of shopping in there, or whatever you wanted to put in there. Very nice. I guess the build quality is just so good. So the prices of this car, the 58.3 kilowatt hour one, that's the basic model, is £34,695. And then this particular model would be £39,395, and then the very top of the range with everything, that is £43,000. So it's within that range. It's not cheap. I'm not saying it's a cheap car, but considering what you get for it, if this car had existed when I had smaller children, I would have jumped at the chance to get one. I would lease one, because it's got so much room. The back seats are amazing. It's really comfortable, really easy to drive. It's a no-brainer. Why would anyone buy a plug-in hybrid or a diesel or a petrol car when something like this is available for either the same amount of money or in many cases less? Those days are over. Welcome to the electric future. So the interior, I would call it unchallenging. It's just really nice materials that don't jump out at you, they don't shout at you. The seats, I'm going to rave about the seats again. So they have got heating and cooling. Well, normally I kind of leave that stuff, I'm not interested. But today, it's been very nice to have a bit of cooling. And those buttons are up here for cooling. And a lot of seat adjustment buttons are there, which confused me at first. I didn't see them to start with. Most of the controls again are on the screens. There's I have to say, I think Jack's mentioned this, but the screen that controls the temperature, the air conditioning and everything, I can't see that when I'm driving. It's completely invisible. It's behind the steering wheel. Everything else super clear. Really good heads-up display. Really good screens in front of you there. giving you guidance and speed and all that sort of thing. But that one, I don't even know what that does. I haven't looked at it at all. Once you get used to it, only once I put the wipers on when I meant to go into drive. So that's down here, the drive button, park button, on button. All the other controls are on the steering wheel, which is very easy to use, very intuitive, very simple. I haven't used any of these buttons yet. That's a camera button. Yes. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. To display the camera view. So that one is there. Oh. Why do I do these things on camera? It's not fair. Turning that off. Okay. Oh, I see. There. So the parking assist thing on the screen is just genius. So you're like looking at a model, effectively, like a model car from a three-quarter view. I just love that. So when you're parking, you've really got a very clear indication of where other cars are. Obviously, there's the overhead view, which a lot of cars have now. That, I've not seen that before. I think that's genius. I love that. There's phone charger there. There's buckets of space. I mean, there really is a lot of storage space. The door pocket's really big. Everything is kind of roomy and spacious and easy. Really good sound system. Very simple to use controls. I adjusted both mirrors when I first got in. They weren't quite right. Now they're spot on. So, you know, that is kind of, you know, there's nothing to complain about. I can't find anything to complain about. I haven't tried opening the sunroof. I don't even know if it does open. It does. But we've got a camera mounted on it. Let's have a look in the back. I've not get in the back before. Oh, that's good. Okay. So, for one thing, old gentleman, grunt-free access, 10 points. Visually, oh, this is good. Okay, so I haven't even noticed what the headrests are made of because they feel amazing, but they're also see-through. They're net, basically. So I think I've sat in the back of quite a few cars recently, and one of the things that's always a problem is with big new modern seats with big headrests, you basically can't see anything when you sit in the back. In this car, you can. Really clear vision. I've conceived far more than I thought. I mean, the sunroof only goes back halfway, so you've not got the sunroof above you, so I'm not really getting any advantage from that, which is a bit of a downer. There's another plus if you're in somewhere cold, which we're not at the moment, is this has seat heaters in the back, so you can get the old up the old. So that is very nice as well. Adjustable headrests, yes, nice. So this is a really comfy car. If you were going on a long drive, you would not be as an adult, you would not be complaining. And look at the knee room I've got. Even Jack would be able to get in here. I mean, you could get about 10 Imogens in here, but you could definitely get a Jack. So that's got big door pockets for drinks. It's got pockets here. I'm not seeing any chargers. Yes, they're in the seat there and there. Nice little door pocket, a little seat pocket there. Really good. Love the back. Hey Kia, set the temperature to 22 degrees. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be impressed. But that is amazing. Because I thought I'd got it wrong and it didn't bing and it didn't hear me. Heard me perfectly. Wow. Okay, that's quite annoying. Hey Kia, open the driver's window. Hey Kia, close the driver's window. I would use that. I've always sworn that I would never talk to a computer and never ask any machine to do anything or have any kind of relationship with any sort of machine intelligence. I've just had some interaction with the machine and it was really good. So what this has is 3 levels of just regular regen, but then if you hold both of the levers in at once, it goes ping and it goes to iPedal, which is basically one pedal driving, which is what I've got it on now. And now I'm coming up to a 60-mile-an-hour thing. I don't have to touch the brakes and it just slows down. Very nice. Oh, but now it's 90 again. This has got no, I mean, you can criticize me all you like as I try and drive legally in Spain, but honestly, there was a 60-kilometre-an-hour limit there, which was all of 5 meters long, and then it went back to 90. I don't quite know how to deal with that. So one of the things that brings a bit of joy when I get the chance to drive a car like this is that companies like Kia and Hyundai in particular really advancing the technology and the capabilities of electric cars. I mean, this car can easily do well over 300 miles no matter what. Yeah, that's such a, and it's just normal for it to be able to do that. It's not exceptional anymore. But that and other companies, BMW, Volkswagen, both released some really impressive electric cars recently. Of course, all the Chinese ones. They've just started to become cars rather than electric cars. And that's what I'm trying to push. I want to talk about petrol cars, diesel cars, and cars. Because the petrol cars and diesel cars are special because they burn fuel, and this one doesn't. And this one can run on sunlight and wind and water. You know, and yes, okay, it can run on gas and coal and nuclear as well, yes, but the fact is that this car is what we should be using. We should be using it to drive around and also to run our homes, and also, if we can get to that state, to help back up the grid. And those things are really what we're seeing arrive soon. So it's been a real joy driving this car. They'll be coming out later this year. They'll be on the market. Really worth having a look at if you're interested in one. Check out the lease prices. They're obviously available for leasing if you're not going to buy one for the full price, which is, you know, doesn't matter what the car is, it's always expensive. But I think this is pitching itself in that sort of mid-range hatchbacky Tesla Model Y, that sort of area. It's in that kind of area, and it stands up beautifully to all those other cars. Very competitive cars they are as well. Please do tell your friends about this show. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as I cruise down back towards Marbella and the beautiful beaches where we might have a light lunch, I would just like to say, if you have been, thank you for watching.
Now visit electricvehicles.expert, where you can follow everything electric and keep current with Clean Technica, The Driven, Electrek, and many more.